Hello, fellow warriors and other challenge mode enthusiasts. Today we're going to do Iron Docks, a really good dungeon for warriors. Warriors really stand out here. As you look up on the rankings on Armory, you will see a lot of warriors, almost a warrior in every setup. So yeah, warriors really good here. Only very big pools, and almost every boss is at least 2 people, so you can cleave your ass off. Also, recently they've buffed Mastery. So that's really good for your single target and your sweeping strikes cleave. You will see a pretty messy run by us because this was like our fourth or the third challenge mode goal we did today with 2 new people, and it was already pretty late. So don't expect the best times. Do expect a lot of fuck ups, but that only makes it more realistic towards how it's gonna be for you for the first time. Anyway, yeah, don't expect the best times, but we will make it in the end. The first pull we'll do here is a really big one, maybe the biggest one in all challenge modes. So be prepared to wipe a lot. You don't have to do this to just get gold, but it does save a lot of time, and it's not that difficult with a warrior. You can do like 160k DPS here, if not more. Anyway, what we're gonna do is the tank stays on his mount and rounds them up. Just look at the video which ones you take, and then he comes behind the fence and tries in line of sight the range, because there will be a lot of ranged people. And then we just pop literally everything you pre-pot. You pop Time Warp, Recklessness, Blade Storm. There will be a lot of unavoidable damage. The Druid here, our healer, definitely has to spec 3 form and spam heal. If someone dies, just instantly release and run back in, and just keep finishing them off. Orc that you see on the left side, we just didn't pull him because he's quite difficult and he blade storms a lot, so it's really unfriendly for us. You can do it if you want to, but it's just safer if you have an extra melee that you don't pull that Battle Moss or whatever his name is. We don't need him later on anyway, because we will have enough other mobs to pull to have our enemies kill count. Just like in any other dungeon that's filled with iron docks, like Grimwell Depot and Upper Black Oak Spire, these do really a lot of damage. All these people, fire, oil on the ground, blade storms, so it's melee unfriendly, but still a warrior stands out here. So you will die a lot in the beginning, and you will have to pop your defensive and jump out and run around and charge back in, stuff like that. So don't be afraid of the damage. It's just unavoidable, so just keep doing damage and just kill them. Now at the moment we have 27 enemies killed, and we pulled 2 more technicians, but at the end you will see that we're gonna have to pull an extra pack because we miss 1 enemy. So you want to have, if you're at 27 enemies because you didn't kill the Battle Master, or you did, pull 3 more, okay? After this boss you want to have killed 30 enemies. So make sure you check that, so you don't have to waste time by pulling an extra pack at the very end. We will still make it though. The boss is just like on heroic, dodge the fire and kill the dog first. You can trank shot or soothe. He's enraged at the very end, but it's best to just kill him fast, I guess. Also very handy for a warrior when he pops his bubble. The boss, it's a fear, so you can use Berserker Rage and just keep DPSing him. So make sure you do that. Now on to the Iron Stars. We're just gonna mount up and the tank runs first and everyone runs behind him. Make sure he doesn't have any hots or healing that might pull the aggro towards the healer. We'll kite these Ogrons to the Iron Stars and I will jump into them and kill them with the Iron Star. Then everyone will just run further. You can pull mobs that count as enemies killed, because the enemies in the courtyard that die through the Iron Stars, they don't count as enemies killed, of course, it would be too easy. But you can pull a pack that does count, which is a lot further and around the corner, and then still kill it with an Iron Star. You didn't do it here though, because it took a while to get it right. But you can do it if you wish to try it out. So the ones we just engaged now, if you want, you can kill those with an Iron Star. Again, like I've mentioned before, these Iron Horde motherfuckers do a lot of damage. They will do a throw on someone and it's a dot. And if he has 2 stacks or 3 stacks, it already ticks. They tick for a lot. So be ready to heal anyone here, or even pop defensive. And you probably don't want to pull 2 packs if you don't have proper cooldowns. So yeah, these Horde do a lot of damage. What you can also do to speed up the time is to pull them into the barrage that comes from the boats while you do the next part, the little gauntlet through the boxes. The damage from the cannons, it damages the mobs too, so if you tank them inside and you stand outside the barrage, then they will take damage and it will speed up the process. It's not that much damage, but everything helps. Now the second boss is the best one for warriors because they're 3 people and they always stand together, so you can just Rexstorm and cleave them as much as you can. Although the female orc, you do want to single target her first and kill her preferably before she even does the orb. Now she does the healing orb faster if you interrupt her more. So you just want to maybe do the first interrupt for your root interruption and then Rexstorm and then don't interrupt anymore. Because the more you interrupt, the sooner she will cast her sphere, and if you DPS through the sphere, she will heal, just like on Heroic. Other than that, just dodge the mines, and when you hear the orc shout, just run away a little bit, because the flaming whirlwind he does, the charge, it does hurt a lot. So just watch yourself. Other than that, just keep your sweeping strikes up and keep rend on all targets, and you'll top damage here easily as a warrior. Now at this time you want to make sure that you've killed all enemies, so 44 out of 44. If it's not the case, like with us, because we're retarded, then you should pull the next pack, the Cleft Hoof and the Orc, to make sure you have killed all the enemies. What we'll do is run all the way to the other side of this area, to the third boss, and then pull an extra pack later on. That's even more retarded because that last pack actually has a mini boss and it hurts a lot. And we're even gonna have an extra mob on the last boss. So to get to the next part, we just mount up, tank runs first, and then the druid spam heals when we reach there, so he gets aggro, and the Death Knight pops Valorous on him. So make sure the druid dies first, and then the Death Knight or Warlock or whatever you have pops the Valorous. And then everyone else dies. Druid accepts the rest, and we get resurrected. A mage can pop invisibility if you want, and a hunter can feign death, of course. If you're a night elf, you could try Shadow Melt, but 9 out of 10 times it works for shit. Doesn't work at all. Alright, now for the last boss, we're going to kill Koromor first, the orc on the left, and cleave down the Skullock. Normally you want Koromor to be dead before Skullock does his first barrage, but it's not always possible. Now the real most important thing here is to stop the barrage as fast as you can. Now you can never stop the first one, but if you stand in melee range after the first one, he will stop doing more of them. Now you want to get there as fast as possible, and depending on your setup you can use teleports from the Warlock. A mage can pop Alter Time right before the barrage and then Alter Time back, and then pop Ice Block to survive the first barrage, and then he will go out of barrage, and by that time the tank will already be close to the boss to take the aggro. A Hunter can pop Deterrence and run with Aspect of the Cheetah, but you'll need 2 Deterrences, and a Paladin can just bubble and run through. So any of those tricks that you have, try and use them, so he only does 1 barrage and you can finish him off. It saves a lot of time.